Hello, this is London Silver, and I just thank you for 1K. And this is a special video since I've been putting this down so I can get through the second part. But since I've hit 1K, might as well do it now, you know? Also, I'm probably going to do a few more videos, maybe, because... Also, might as well tell you, I'm doing What If Deku was a Florin heir, basically an origin from the origin in SMP, which I'm still doing the headcanon, so that's not gonna be out for like a while. Sorry. I'm also doing What If Deku was Dream and Corpse Husband. I'm doing a bit of a different kind of like a bit darker. But, like, it's not that dark. But, like, if you don't feel comfortable with, like, sort of abuse, I guess, of children, kind of, well, it doesn't really mention it, but, like, it's gonna be, like, suggested. Or I'm just gonna flat out and say it. So, yeah, let's, Also, What If Deku was Ghostbur, Wilbur, Schlatt, Glatt, Tommy in it, Ghost in it. That one, I already have that one done. So I'm already done with it, but like, not actual like done with the whole series, but like done with the third part. But I'm doing the fourth part right now. So I want to get through that fourth part, and then I'm gonna probably post it. So, yeah, I like being ahead. So let's continue with Origin SMP Tubbo. Okay, headcanons. Tubbo was reborn into the body of Izuku Midoriya and changed and when he was reincarnated, it changed the features of the original Midoriya. So, yeah. Okay. Izuku is his real name, but he prefers to be called Tubbo, or Bizu, or B, or by Rambo. So, the nicknames for Rambo, Tubbo for other people, and Izuku for, like, his mother, since, like, he doesn't want to give out. So, she thinks Tubbo is, like, a weird nickname, since it has nothing to do with his actual real name, so... let's continue. Everyone in the Origins SMP is in MHA by reincarnation, and they have all their memories. So, I may not be, completely, like, haven't seen, like, the newer, like, streams of the Origin SMP. So, do forgive me if like, some, details that you know, but I don't. So, you can just tell me in the comments, and I'll probably look it up. So, yeah. Okay, everyone in the Origin SMP has a necklace that has a netherite shard that is polished to a purple shine. So, everyone has that, like, around their neck, their brace, their, like, as a bracelet, as like anywhere around their body, like as a ring or something. You can decide, like maybe a piece of jewelry, like you can decide, you can imagine. But like Deku and Rambo and Tommy have like the necklace. Okay, so I'm gonna be calling him like Bizu, so just know it's Tubbo Deku. So Bizu is platonically married to Rambo, so yeah, they have that dynamic. Also, I'm pretty sure they're canonically married in the actual not Dream SMP, in the Origin SMP. So I'm pretty sure they're married in the Origin SMP, but I'm not sure. It may not. I looked it up and it said it was canon when I like put in like specifically like the Origin SMP, and it said it was canon, but I'm not sure if it was like just put in like a random like it put in like, oh, they were canonically married in the a dream SMP, so it must be in the origin SMP, so they're just put it in there. So if it isn't, then just put it in the comments and I'll probably read it. Bizu canonically has anger issues, like down here. So you can guess how that would happen due to our angry Pomeranian. So, also his eyes will turn red once like he's really angry, like in the fan art down here. Let's continue. He needs goggles when he flies because he flies really fast. I know it's not in the actual origin SMP, but I really want it to put... Okay, now I'm doing it too fast. I really want it to be actual. So he flies around kind of like an actual beast. So like very fast. So he needs them. Okay, the Shulk was a life stage of the bee origin. So he had the hard outer shell was to protect his wings while developing. So when he is 6, he turns into bee, but until then, he is Shulk. While Bizu was in his Shulk, he would sleep in it, would cover Rambu when it was raining or any other wet weather. Bizu has kind of long hair and would put in a short ponytail, and his like bangs would like cover his eyes, kind of like in other fan art where he's a goat instead of a bee. But like, I think there's one that demonstrates it. Like this one, but it's more like they didn't draw eyes. Not saying it's bad or anything. I actually really like this piece. But, oh, like this. Basically like this. But, like, he, like, puts, oh, didn't mean to do that. But, like, he just, like, puts in a low ponytail, you know? Okay. Also, but, like, he'll just leave his hair down because... Bizu drinks nectar and honey, and he can make honey by like, but he needs to have nectar. So Izuku has antennas, but also smells with them, senses chemicals, light, vibrations, and electro fields. I actually have no idea what electro fields are, so if you would comment what they are, then please just comment that. I think I have a rational idea of what that is, but I'm not sure. So I'm not going to put that into his abilities yet until I get a straight answer and I don't feel like Googling it. Bizu can make daggers with poison in them and can throw them at his enemies. And he can make his finger sharper and contain poison. 15 doses / darts can kill someone. And lower than that can make them very ill. Like in the fan art, like up here. And this, as in like poison. Okay. He has pollen in his hair almost constantly. And when he takes a shower, it does come out, but it always seems to come back. Like in this. And also get on, like, his clothes. Like, the clothes that are near his hair. So, that is kind of annoying, though. But, like, if he really wants it to, like, to get out, he has to put in, like, this certain type of, like, thing. I don't know. This is just, like, plot. Let's get back, though. Bizu is a bit short for his age, but not to an extreme point. Bizu can shrink to the size of both of Rambu's hands and will usually sit on his head, on his hands, or on his head. And because he wants to be carried, like in this fan art. Yes, we'll leave it on there for now. Bisou will sit on Rambu's shoulder sometimes when he wants to bother or flirt with Rambu. Bisou can create multiple limbs if he pleases. So, Bisou lets Rambu braid his hair, and Bisou has a sword. It's like this sword. So yeah. His wings are clear and are as hard as steel. Rambu gave Bisou a ring that has an end crystal shard on it, and both have one. Rambu would pick up Bisou in his shulker stage when he's completely a shell. He still has some aspects of his shulker stage. His wings they can be used as shields. Sorry. Even though they seem delicate. When Bisou is getting too flirty or is having a tantrum, he will pick him up like a toddler, trying to fight him by holding him by his armpits, and then we'll just hold him there for a minute or two and just let him chill. Bisou always has flowers on him either in his pocket or in a flower crown. He makes flower crowns for people, but mostly Rambu. So also in his shulk form, he did this because I think it's adorable. We'll stay here for a while. Actually, let's I just love all this fan art. We'll stay there for now. We'll stay there. Also, all this fan art is not mine. Also, Florin Deku fan art, Florin Eret Deku fan art, I did it. I'm gonna probably release that soon, so just don't worry about it. Okay, so Bisou puts nectar and honey bottles on his waist, and he just always has them on him. Bisou and Rambu are almost always together, and when they aren't, it's for a reason. Maybe a fight or like a very serious fight, but those rarely happen, almost impossible. Because one of the most healthiest couples in the actual SMP are literally children. That's kind of a bit effed up when you think about it. The most healthiest relationship are the minors. Okay, let's continue. They have Michael in this, and he is a piglin and is their adopted son. Also, I know they don't actually have him in the Origin SMP. If they do, to my knowledge, they don't. So, he is in the Origin SMP, but he is he is born, but when this takes place, in the actual episode now, or part, he does not exist yet. So, he needs to be born. Okay. Technoblade in this Origin SMP is a Wither Piglin. Let me just show it real quick. So, basically this, you can read this, you can pause this, because, I'm not going to stay on this for a while. I'm not going to stay on this forever. So, probably when I go to the next canon, I will be skipping this. So just pause it and then you can read it, because I won't be but just let me help you. I'll help you because I like helping people. Honestly. He wears a black and yellow jacket that kind of looks like the jocks from the B movie, the actual B movie. this one. So I want him to wear this, but I also want him to wear all the other ones because, like, I just find it great. All the other outfits are really great and really creative. Bizu's appearance. He has black antennas with a bit of yellow at the end. His hair is brown and it has long curly brown hair. He has pollen in his hair at the ends of it. So yeah. He has goggles on the top of his head because he needs them for flying. His eyes are basically gold. He has very large wings and looks like glass, but can be used as shields. Has a netherite necklace. He has an end crystal shard on his wedding ring. He wears a black and yellow jacket. And let's get started. Okay, this is Izuku's POV, and I'm going to go to a different one, so we'll go here. Hopefully this isn't too far away. I hope it isn't. Now, let's get started. Huh? Where am I? Where is Rambu? I look up to see a woman with long brown hair and say, I will name him Izuku. What? Time skip. It has been 4 years since I came to this world. I found out this world has powers, but not everyone has them. There are villains, there are heroes, kind of corrupted. I found Rambu a few weeks ago, and he's a kid to a hero who has a teleporting quirk. We found each other in the woods while I was in a flower field. He saw me, and I cried, but I stopped him from crying because that would physically hurt him. We hanged out in the flower field, catching up. We couldn't leave each other, since it had been so long since we last seen each other. But unfortunately, he was still taller than me, even as a child. I was significantly upset about that. When we were in the forest, we went too far, and we saw the floating island, and that floating island that was so familiar and similar, and it was the pub, or pube. I ran to the ladder, climbing up faster and faster, and Rambu teleported up. And opened the door to see Tommy, Phil, Jack, Nikki, Charlie, Schlatt, Techno, Major, Fundy, Wilbur, and Snag. I think that's all of them. Sorry if I didn't do all of them. Do tell in the comments if I did. I hug Tommy and he says, Whoa, hey Tubbo. I say, I thought I would never see you again. I started tearing up, and then Tommy says, Don't cry on me. But yeah, I do miss you. God, you're so clingy. He wraps his arms around me, and I do the same. Rambu then says, to my understanding, we have been reborn? So, how have been doing before now? Tommy then says, I was born to a woman named Ita, and she's the sister of this really loud, annoying kid named Katsuki. I then recognize the name and say, I'm neighbors with him, and our moms know each other, and consider themselves sisters, which mean we're related. Tommy then says, we're related, sort of, I guess, but not by blood. I then say, oh. Rambu then says, well, my mother is a Yumi Arai. I don't know much. She's quiet, but she cares for me. I say, can I meet her? Rambu then says, of course, I'm pretty sure since we're married, she would be your mother-in-law, so yeah, I guess. I jump up in excitement, and then Rambu then says, who's your birth mother? Oh, her name is Inko Midoriya, and my birth name is Izuku Midoriya, but just call me Tubbo. Izuku doesn't suit me. I then look at Snag, I'm not sure. You're short as ever. I see, or not that much. I feel kick on my leg and say, "Ow, I'm sorry, I had to say it." I laugh and then Tommy laughs. Then Phil says, "We'll then catch up with each other. I will be at my house." I yell, "Bye, Phil." Then Tommy then says, "Bye, Crowfather." He then flies away to a house that looks similar to his old house. We caught up and hung out at the pub for a few hours. When it was getting late, we went our separate ways and went home. It was ecstatic seeing everyone again at the pub. Even though we are not in the same world, we knew, but will be exciting to seeing what this has to offer. I wonder what we'll do tomorrow. I walked back home to see Mom freaking out, and I say, "Mom?" She runs up to me and says, "Where have you been?" I say, "I was in the forest playing with my friends. Sorry." She calms down and says, "Was there an adult?" I then say, "Yeah." She sighs in the relief. When I said adults, I didn't mean they were responsible adults. I say, "If it makes you feel better, I can introduce you to one of them." She then says, "There was more than one?" I say, "Yeah, they're really nice." She smiles and says, "Okay, you can introduce me tomorrow, okay?" I agree, and I go take a bath, and then get in my pajamas with bees on them and go to sleep. The next day, I got up and put on a bee sweater and some shorts and shoes, and go write a note for Mom saying, "Dear Mom, I'll be at the park playing with my friend Rambo. Love you. Find me at the park down the street." I put down and go up and meet with Rambo. I say, "My mom wants to meet the adults, so could you come with me to get Phil?" Rambo then says, "Sure." We walk into the forest for a couple minutes before we find Phil's house. I yell, "Phil, could you come down here?" He then glides down and says, "What do you need, mate?" I say, "My mom is worried for me, so I told her we had an adult with us, so could you be that adult?" He sighs and said, "Sure." I say, "Okay, can you come with us to the park?" He agrees, and we walk out the woods and make it to the park. We play while Phil sits on the bench. He reads a book while sitting on the bench. And then Tommy comes along to play with us too. We're running around, and I see Mom walking into the park, looking around to see me. I wave, and she says, "Hey, Zoo Baby, where is the adult who was watching you?" I then say, "He's over there." I point to Phil and sees her walking up to him. He says, "You must be his mother. Hi, I'm Philza, but just call me Phil." She then says, "Yes, I'm sorry for being worried. I just don't know where he was." Phil then says, No, it's fine. I have my own kids. The blonde-haired one is mine, so yeah, no need to apologize." I ignore them and play with Tommy and Rambo. I then go to the edge of the woods and pick up some berries and that look like the ones Fundy liked. So I thought he might like them. I then see a beehive, but further in the woods. I went through the bushes to go to the hive, and saw some of the bees. I took some honey and sat on the floor. I swear I don't have COVID. One of the bees came up to me and rubbed against my cheek. I pet it. Okay, so they're like the size of Minecraft bees, so it's like the size of like up his palm or like his hand, and it's bigger than an actual bee, you know? I laid down on the floor and took a nap in the pollen-filled grass and flower field, and I blacked out. To be continued. Thank you for the 1K subs, and I'm just so, like, nostalgic, you know? So, I'm gonna be posting like the speed paint of Flora and Aerith. What if Deku was Flora and Aerith fan art? Since I couldn't find any myself, so might as well do it myself. You know, can't find anything to do an actual like resemble, then do it yourself. So this is London Silver, and have a good day, or whatever the hell your time zone is. Just have a good one.